Are you missing out by just looking at the cover? You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You. Message number 158. I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher. This kind of follows on yesterday's message, even though it wasn't intended as that. This topic has come from my vast experience with audiobooks and printed books, too. There's no walk-in shop for audiobooks. It's all online. All you have to make your buying and listening decision is A, the cover art, and B, the description, and C, a short preview audio. At least with a real bookstore, you can peruse the book, and if you have time, you can skip to the middle, read a bit, and make your own decision. You're not being held captive by what the editor wants you to think. Although I will read a book that's from the UK, I usually won't listen to that same audiobook. Why? Because the narrator has an accent. It's very hard for me to hear, given the state of my hearing, even with my hearing aids. Thus, the previews are important. I've been burned before by becoming enthralled by a description, or maybe even by the author's reputation, and then just bought the book without listening to the preview. But then, once I start to listen to it, I'm plunged into despair because of the difficulty I have understanding it. Buying a book online is also difficult because, again, all you have is the cover and the description. You don't even have an audio preview. Sometimes I miss out on a great book because the cover or title is lousy, in my opinion. If I find out more later, I can go back and ignore all of what I see and buy it based on what I've learned. This is not an efficient way to purchase book, but sometimes it's the only way. Are we doing this with everything else in our life? Some studies show that people have formed first impressions in just 7 seconds. Astonishingly, others say that it's only 1 second and you've made up your mind. In my experience, it's somewhere in between. That's a possible death sentence in my profession if I just judge patients by what I see. Sometimes judging them by what I see and then hear is just as bad because the patient may not speak the same language as me, even if we're both speaking English. My background and upbringing probably differs from theirs significantly. I saw this discrepancy in a acute situation with Denny, the gentleman I've talked about for the past few weeks. He was talking about how nice it was outside, and I immediately told him that the people at Abode, the home where he was, would take him outside if he wanted. He looked at me, moved his hand from one side to the other, and stated, "I like my stories to take a little longer," and he proceeded to tell his story. This reminded me of so many people I'd taken care of in the ER and hadn't even given the chance to adequately explain why they were there before I was jumping in with questions. How are you making your first impressions? Can you take some time and examine that and see if you can either lengthen the time it takes you to form an impression or even make more than one impression without passing a judgment or before you pass a judgment? Let me know how that works for you. Have a diamond day.